Hallo iedereen en welkom terug bij een nieuwe video van 7 Days to Play. Zoals jullie een beetje kunt zien, hopelijk op mijn scherm, ben ik hier nu... Waar is mijn muis eigenlijk? Oké, dit is geen muis. Ben ik hier op een subreddit, op Reddit zelf. En de subreddit waar ik nu op zit is r/entitledparents. Ik vind het mijn muis niet, maar dat is niet echt belangrijk. Oké. Dus we gaan beginnen met deze verhaal is gepost door u/Juneson. Sorry dat ik dat verkeerd heb uitgesproken. Dus. This happened a few months ago, and it turned out to be longer than I thought when I typed it out. Waarschijnlijk. I was flying one of these cheap airlines where the seats are all crammed together, so I paid extra with a seat with more legroom, which also gave me priority boarding. Usually, I don't care for that, but when you've got is a cabin bag getting on early, so I don't have to keep it under my seat. It's worth waiting in the plane. After being one of the first people on board, the plane is now pretty much fully boarded. Enter entitled mom, NS, the zone. About 12, I guess. I see them talking to a crew member for a while, but go back to listening to my music when I feel a tap on my shoulder, so I remove my headphones. And then dan is de zoon die vraagt tegen hem van: Hey, I'm flying with my mom and I was wondering if you could swap seats with her so we could sit together. I look over to where his mom is sitting, and it's a standard seat. Me, no, I'm sorry. Kid looks a bit defeated but walks away. I put my headphones in and start to relax when I hear a loud voice. Excuse me? Yes? Me and my son need your seat, and he is scared of flying, so we need to sit together. I'm sorry to hear that, but I paid extra for this seat with extra leg room, so I won't be switching to a standard seat. You're sitting next to the only open seat. You have to swap with me. Me starting to get annoyed. She won't take no for an answer. No, I don't. And if you needed to sit together, you should have paid extra to choose your seats, not bet that you can switch seats later. EP, clearly starting to get agitated. I can't afford to pay extra for that. Just because you're rich doesn't mean everyone is. I'm a parent, so I have to save money. Now swap seats. Not sure how rich I have to be to afford the $5 to $15 if costs to select a seat, but alright. I'm really starting to get annoyed. She won't leave me alone. I'm not going to swap with you. Now please leave me alone. Entitled parent, raising her voice even more. The stewardess said you have to swap so we can sit together. Now do what you said and move. I've had enough. So I hit the flight crew button, and the same woman they were talking to earlier comes over. How can I help you? This lady wants to swap seats with me, and she says you told I get intruded by EM now yelling. He won't move! You told us we had to swap seats with us only to make him move. With us, now make him move! FC getting a supportive look and mouths, I'm sorry. She turns to EM. I told you this is the only open seat, so I don't want to sit together. You could ask him if he's okay with swapping. Not that you could force him to move. If he doesn't want to swap with you, you'll have to go take your assigned seat. I have to sit next to my son. You have to get this retard to move, or sit us somewhere else, or I'm going to sue you and delay this plane. If you have to sit next to each other, you should have paid to select seats. Now I've had enough of your tone, and will either stop bothering this man and go back to your seat, or I will have the captain deplane you. EM looks like she's going to explode. She stands there for a moment before turning around and heading back to her seats, mumbling something. The captain calls out the cabin crew prepare for takeoff message, and I start to go with the tension that built up. FC smiling. Is the seat taken? I can't help but laugh as she sits down. I'm so sorry about that. When I told them to ask you if you didn't think this is what would happen. I didn't think this was gonna happen. I told her that it was fine, and we had a pretty nice chat during takeoff until she went back to her job. She also gave me a free drink once service started, so despite the annoying start, it turned out into a pretty nice flight. Dus het is een ouder die denkt dat hij kinderen heeft, dat ze geld moet uitsparen, en daarom denkt dat ze een 5 tot en met $15 niet kan extra betalen gewoon voor haar plaatsen of voor hem te kunnen kiezen. En dan is ze gewoon boos dat iemand niet wil van plaats veranderen omdat zij zelf daar wil zitten met haar zoon. Wauw. Oké, het volgende, kom maar. En dan de volgende is van... is mijn muis. Een gast genaamd Semi-Decent Hitler. Oké. We gaan er maar gewoon verder gaan. Alright, to start things off, I'll give you guys a little backstory and some information that will be useful during the story. My parents divorced about 2 years ago, and my mother fell in love with this Korean man. Now at first I didn't like him because I'm a rebellious teen, but after a while we hung out and we got along really well. He's a really nice guy, and the only thing that would be considered bad is that he is very religious. Now I personally don't believe in what he believes in, but in respects his beliefs as he does mine. So he's a manager at a local nail station. You know, the ones with the woman with fake names and stuff. Yeah, turns out those are actually real, and the people who work there are surprisingly nice. Now I spent a month learning Korean for my stepdad, as his English was bad. Like, it makes up very simple words. So he mostly spoke Korean. Now, while legally I can't work at a salon because of the products they use, the physical contact and the skill required, however, I can help out after school, which is what I usually do. One day, this woman walks in, entitled parents, and her son, entitled kid. Okay. Who appeared to be about 10 to 11-ish. The woman sits down in one of the waiting chairs. We have 2 sections of chairs right beside the door, so people can get in and just sit down. She plops down and pulls out her phone. Keep in mind that she has this, like, mega. Can I see the manager haircut? So I already know where this is gonna go. After reading a lot of entitled parent story, this still surprised me. Now my stepdad asks if I can take her and see what she wants. I'll smile and oblige, as I love helping out. I was sweeping at the time, so I go to the broom, put the broom in the back room. As I get back, I notice the entitled kids touching the shrine in the left corner. Now, we have a sign on that shrine specifically saying that no one should touch it. This kid is just playing with it, though picking it up, shaking it and stuff. I kindly ask him to stop, as he may not have known that what it was and thought it was a toy. The kid drops the shrine face first and glares at me. I rush over to see if it's okay. As it's a wooden based shrine with some metal in it for decoration, it's fine. Thank God. But suddenly I get a tap on my shoulder by the entitled parents. Excuse me, but my son was playing with that. I kindly turn around and what do you know? This whale of a woman has her hands on her hips, giving me a dead glare. Visibly upset, I calmly say in my best customer service voice, "Ma'am, this is not a toy. It's in fact a religion." I was cut off. Entitled parent. I don't give a damn what it was. He was playing with it. Give it back. I'm a bit flustered, but I try to reason with her. Keep in mind, there's now more people sitting in the waiting chairs, and I have yet to take this woman's check-in and sit her down. I once again try to reason with her, as now my stepdad is spinning at the situation, and I don't want to upset him. Ma'am, please listen to me. What your child almost damaged was a religious shrine. Out of respect, can you please tell him to stop? EP was not happy at all. Don't tell me how to raise my child! She begins to swear at me. Please tell him to stop. Please telling me that I'm a mother. Mother effing or a bee or ugly. I'm used to this kind of stuff as I go to high school. Oh my god. Dat is eigenlijk wel best waar. Oké, I'm used to being bullied. I ask her kindly to lower her voice, as it can disturb the focus of the employees. This woman does something I've never even fathomed would have come in from this situation. Now, keep in mind, I have a bad acne. Like, it's all over my face, so randomly one could pop open if it's hit hard enough. The entitled parent slaps me across the face, claiming I was disrespectful to her, and that she was gonna call the police. One of the waiting men stands up, noticing that some blood is now rushing on my face, presumably from the slap. It was just a pimple that had been popped open, but oh boy did it look bad for her. This man asks if she was aware that she just committed child abuse. EP jerks her head back and yells, "What are you, some sort of cop?" I can't describe my luck in the situation. This man would have seemed like a man with his child waiting to get his nails done like a normal civilian. He pulls a badge from his pocket, revealing that he was from the local police department, and that this woman was under arrest for assault on a minor. Entitled parent's face goes white. After being escorted to a police car that had been called in, entitled kid was taken home. As EP was being driven away, I flipped her off and I smiled. I resumed work after that with the biggest of grins on my face. Karma is a bee. En dus ik wil nog gewoon één ding vlug zeggen hiervan. Dus bij zijn derde editor van dit verhaal zei van: I'm getting a lot of comments over my username. I'm sorry if it offends you. It's meant to be more of a funny little thing. I'm 62% German and I get called a Nazi for it all of the time. So online I just kinda go with it. Whatever bullets you wear can make some nice armor, you know. Dus dat was dan Entitled Parents voor vandaag. Dit is net mijn eerste storytime en ik vind het eigenlijk wel best. Ik bedoel, de moeder zegt dat die semi die Sint Hitler dat die disrespectvol is. Ja, dat is echt niet zo. Want die semi die Sint Hitler die heeft eigenlijk wel best een goede. Is best eigenlijk heel respectvol, want hij respecteert ook dat zijn Koreaanse vader een andere religie heeft dan hem. En ze respecteren van elkaar en dat vind ik juist dat de entitled mom nu, zoals heel vaak dit soort verhalen, in de fout is. En ook ze heeft gewoon letterlijk hem geslagen, dus dat is ook al nooit goed. Maar toch bedankt om te kijken. Hopelijk hebben jullie er echt van genoten. En tot de volgende keer.